What's up, everybody? So apparently Trump is getting more layoffs done, and a lot of people that I've been seeing, I've just been reading comments, and from what I've been seeing, people don't care. People feel like if everybody in the private sector can be laid off with a moment's notice, then everybody in the public sector should at least be able to be laid off at a moment's notice. Every fair playing field for everyone. And I don't know if I agree or not. Everybody's saying drain the swamp. There's only been out of so many federal workers, there's millions of federal workers. Uh, there's only been uh tens of in the lower tens of thousands of layoffs. But let's get into some of this news.
Yep. So this move, as I was saying, is going to impact nearly 1,800 employees here. That's about 15% of the State Department's workforce. So as Allison mentioned, huge.
See, so 15% is a big percentage of a sector of the government. And so that's how you know a lot of the layoffs in the federal government are targeted. And it may be just he's getting rid of he's going by sector over the term of his presidency. And by the end, it'll be a big number, a big percentage of the entire federal government. Some people are saying he's just replacing people with Trump goons, but the Trump goons are only the tier, are in top tier positions, and these aren't Trump goons. Trump goons are not coming into the State Department and filling up these positions that are being taken away.
Impact for families here in the metro area. Those employees could start receiving those layoff notices today. Allison mentioned just in a few hours here as they're showing up for work. It's all part of the Trump administration's plan to reorganize the State Department here. So these cuts include layoffs, but also the voluntary departures through buyout programs the administration rolled out here. Some staff were told they could not telework today. They had to report in person with all government.
That's no, that's a terrible way to lay off somebody. I don't think Trump had anything personally to do with how people were laid off, but to tell them they cannot telework, you have to come in so we can send you home is kind of crazy. Who does that?
Issued property. We're talking laptops, phones, badges, really everything here. The Secretary of State Marco Rubio leading the charge, and he says this is about getting rid of redundancies and refocusing the agency on diplomacy abroad. Now, all this happening, by the way, just 2 days after the Supreme Court cleared the way for the Trump administration.
So they did use the word reorganize or organize, which sounds like it doesn't sound like cutting waste. He might actually be hiring some goons, which I don't think he's gonna hire goons, but he might be replacing them with new people so he can uh reorganize and it's not really cuts, it's more of swaps. That might be the case. That's what I'm saying based on the words that they're using.
Administration to continue slashing the size of the government workforce, pausing a lower court order that halted layoff plans at dozens of federal agencies here. WUSA 9's Larry Miller spoke with the president of the country's largest federal employee union about the impact of these cuts.
It's not necessary. I think that it's far reaching. I think that if the secretary was to sit down and have a conversation with the people that's doing this work every single day, they'll find out that it's not necessary, and that the American people need these employees on the job performing these services that they desperately need.
All right, Dr. Everett Kelly there. He says the union plans to put up a fight back here. So what does today look like? Where we're standing, this is one of the only DC owned public roads. So we're able to be on this. We're near one of the entrances, but there's several entrances to the State Department. The rest are going to be kind of barricaded, and they are considered federal property. So we have to stay put where we are here, hoping to see some federal workers show up. But again, we'll be out here all morning long and bring you the very latest. But for now, from Northwest, I'll send it back to you. We begin with the mass layoffs.
All right, so that's that. I've also heard about some layoffs in NASA. As you can see, at least 2100 senior ranking NASA employees are set to leave. The U.S. Space Agency is facing massive funding cuts that would put them in back in pre-Apollo levels of budgets and staffing. Jeez. Some I look at a lot of YouTube, and some YouTubers are, I guess, are putting out some false information that we're having some crazy space race with China, and I'm not sure if that's actually taking place, but if they're cutting NASA's budget like this, then I guess there's some big evil plan to have SpaceX be the one to fight China in the race or something stupid like that. But um, here are some people. Here's how some. I'm gonna go to the YouTube comments of that video we just watched, and we're gonna just see how people felt about the cuts. No, that's not it. Okay, this is basically about the same thing. Um, it's incredible how one oh my god, my brain. It's incredible how many words one person can say without actually saying anything at all. Well, this isn't from the video that we just watched. That's probably why we should go back to the video that we just watched.
Yep. So this move,
There we
as I
go.
was saying.
Americans voted for this. Your guy won. Kudos. I didn't vote. Glad you're leaving. See, I mean, it doesn't have any likes, whereas he has 22 likes. But there are people that feel a certain way. Hopefully, a disgruntled employee releases the Epstein files because of this. Those of you who are mocking, remember what goes around comes around. As long as they don't increase the size of the government again, we're good. It's hey, not everyone's looking for a government rule. Learn to that's the comment that no, not learn to code. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. The tech layoffs are way worse than what's going on in the government, in my opinion. We could probably do some research and show that, but we're not even gonna do all that. Um, Rich people are the ones who are bringing back jobs. They aren't, but they should be. They should get all the tax breaks anyway. Rich people are the ones who have to bring back jobs. They aren't bringing back the jobs, but they get the tax breaks anyway. Hmm. That's right. That's right. They aren't bringing back jobs. And if they're gonna cut jobs and have select few people do all the work, then at least increase the wages of those people. How many wars did they stop? None. Hmm. That's because wars are a huge moneymaker. Are they making us money? Are they making us money, or are we just sending money out to these places and not seeing a return? Yeah, I don't know, but apparently Drain the Swamp is still in full effect. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm out.